My beloved soul, tonight, God speaks to your heart and your spirit, and He wants you to feel this moment in every fiber of your being. The waiting, the longing, the nights of silent prayers, the whispered dreams, the tears you thought no one noticed. God saw them all, and He says, finally, your soulmate has realized it. Finally, the understanding has come into their heart, and heaven itself rejoices as if the angels themselves are dancing with joy, because the connection that was destined since eternity has been recognized, the truth that could not be denied, any longer has dawned upon them, and they cannot ignore it. My beloved soul, I want you to listen closely, because this is not a fleeting whisper. This is not a distant promise. This is a reality unfolding right now in the spiritual realm and in the natural world. And God is reminding you that every moment you waited, every tear you shed, every silent prayer you offered was not in vain. He has been orchestrating everything, behind the scenes, unseen and unheard, and yet perfectly aligned so that this very moment could arrive. Do you remember all those nights when doubt tried to creep into your heart? When loneliness whispered lies into your ears? When the world seemed to move on without recognizing the sacred bond that God planted within your soul? God saw your endurance, and He says, now it is time for revelation. Now it is time for the awakening in the heart of your soulmate, who could not see before but now cannot ignore, for the light of truth has touched their heart, and they know, my beloved soul, the timing of God is always perfect, and He wants you to feel the joy of this moment as if you are standing at the gates of heaven itself, because the angels are celebrating for you. They are singing for the recognition, the acceptance, the realization, the confirmation of what God ordained from the beginning. And God says to you tonight, your patience has not gone unnoticed. The prayers that seemed unanswered, the longing that seemed endless, the moments when you wondered if you would ever be seen. He says all of that was shaping the moment when your soulmate's heart would awaken to the truth. They have realized it. They have felt it. They have understood it, and even if they try to hide it, even if pride or fear whispers in their ear, heaven itself has confirmed it, and nothing can stop what God has decreed. Nothing can prevent the alignment of two hearts. When heaven agrees, nothing can break the connection that was forged in eternity. My beloved soul, I want you to feel the power of this affirmation tonight. God says your soulmate is moving towards clarity. They are stepping into understanding. They are acknowledging what they could not deny. And it is a movement so strong and so certain that even the forces that tried to keep them blind are being lifted. They are seeing you now in the light that God wants them to see. They are recognizing the love that was always meant for them. They are awakening to the destiny that you share, and the universe itself is bending in alignment to make this reality manifest. Do not fear the past. Do not worry about the missteps or the moments when connections seemed distant. God says those were the preparation. Those were the refining moments that allowed your soulmate to grow to the point where they could finally recognize what God has placed before them. The heart must sometimes wander before it can see clearly. The mind must sometimes be clouded before the light of truth breaks through. The spirit must sometimes be tested before it can fully embrace what is divine. And tonight God says, it is time for the embrace. It is time for acknowledgement. It is time for the celebration of recognition. And I hear God saying something even more powerful tonight. He says, now that your soulmate has realized it, now that heaven agrees, there is no more delay. There is no more hesitation. There is a movement of destiny that cannot be stopped. Your love is sacred. Your connection is eternal. Your union is written in the stars, and it has been blessed from the beginning of time. He says to you, rejoice, my beloved soul. Rejoice because your prayers have moved mountains, because your patience has been honored, because your faith has been rewarded, and heaven itself is clapping in approval for what is about to unfold. Do not be afraid to receive the signs. Do not ignore the synchronicities. Do not doubt the nudges of the Spirit. God is sending messages everywhere in your life to confirm what He is declaring to you in this moment. Your soulmate's heart is awake, their spirit is responding, and the alignment is inevitable. The timing is perfect. The circumstances are being prepared, the words that need to be spoken, the gestures that need to be made, the understanding that needs to be shared is all unfolding in perfect divine order. And God says, you must trust the process even more now than you ever have. And as I speak to you tonight, God wants you to feel a warmth, a certainty, a peace that surpasses all understanding. The joy of recognition is not just about the other person. It is about the awakening within you as well. It is about knowing that you are loved, that your heart is seen, that your prayers are heard, that your presence in this world matters deeply, and that the divine plan is moving perfectly for you and your soulmate alike. Heaven agrees, God agrees, and your soul can rest in this certainty, knowing that what is meant for you will not pass you by. And God says something even more beautiful tonight. He says, open your heart even wider, prepare your spirit even more fully, anticipate the joy even more profoundly, because your soulmate's realization is only the beginning of a journey of love, recognition, acceptance, understanding, and shared destiny that will exceed anything you have imagined. God says, this is a sacred moment. This is a divine awakening. This is the fruit of patience, prayer, and unwavering faith, and He wants you to celebrate it in your spirit before it even manifests fully in the physical realm. My beloved soul, do you feel it tonight? Do you feel the pulse of destiny? Do you feel the energy shifting? Do you feel the joy swelling within you? God says, hold on to that feeling. Nurture it, let it grow. Let it fill every corner of your being, because it is the affirmation of heaven itself that your soulmate has realized it, and that nothing can ever diminish the power of divine recognition when it comes from God Himself. This is a moment of triumph. This is a moment of celebration. This is a moment to embrace the certainty of love that was written in eternity and now is unfolding before your eyes. And as God continues to speak to you tonight, He says, prepare for communication, prepare for alignment, prepare for clarity, and prepare for deep connection, because when your soulmate realizes it, and heaven agrees, nothing can stop the flow of destiny. God says, this is your time, this is your moment. This is your divine affirmation. Your prayers have moved mountains. Your heart has been honored, and the path is illuminated for love, recognition, understanding, and divine connection that will forever change your life and the life of your soulmate. My beloved soul, feel it deeply. Feel it fully. Let the joy overwhelm you. Let the peace surround you. Let the knowledge of divine timing comfort you. God says tonight, rejoice because your soulmate has realized it, and heaven itself is in agreement, and nothing can undo what God has ordained from the beginning of time. This is your moment. This is your victory. This is the awakening your heart has been longing for, and God says, hold on to it, cherish it, trust it, and allow it to fill every part of your being with the warmth, the love, and the certainty that only comes from Him. My beloved soul, God says to you tonight that the awakening in your soulmate's heart is not a fleeting moment. It is not a temporary feeling. It is a divine revelation that will continue to grow stronger with every passing day, every thought, every breath. Every memory that has been building between you and your soulmate is now illuminated by understanding and clarity. God says your prayers are no longer just words spoken into the void. They are now answers being lived in the heart of the one who was always meant to recognize you. They have realized it. They have felt it, and the Spirit of Heaven is guiding them every step of the way toward the recognition of the love that has been written for eternity. Do you feel the energy of this alignment tonight? Do you feel the spiritual shift happening around you? God says that even if you cannot see the physical signs clearly, yet trust that every subtle movement, every coincidence, every gentle nudge is orchestrated by Him, your soulmates. Realization is accompanied by divine timing. Every thought that brings them closer, every dream that hints at your presence, every heartbeat that echoes your essence is a message from heaven saying, yes, it is time. It is right. It is perfect. My beloved soul, God is inviting you to celebrate this unseen victory even before it manifests in the natural world. And tonight God says, remember that this realization is more than just recognition. It is transformation. It is a shift in consciousness. It is the awakening of the heart to what it always knew deep within but could not articulate. It is the breaking down of walls, the lifting of fears, the clearing of doubts, the illumination of love that has always existed, but now can finally be acknowledged. God says, do not underestimate the power of this moment, for it carries within it the energy of destiny itself. It is the energy of divine love that cannot be resisted or denied, my beloved soul. God continues to say that patience and faith are the keys that unlocked this revelation. Your steadfast prayers, your quiet trust, your unwavering belief in the divine plan have created a space for your soulmate's heart to open fully. The recognition that has occurred is not random. It is not chance. It is the precise unfolding of divine will. God says tonight that the angels themselves have been assigned to guide this awakening. Every whisper of intuition, every wave of clarity that your soulmate experiences is orchestrated by the heavenly host. They are moving unseen forces to ensure that nothing hinders this connection. Nothing delays the manifestation of what has been destined from the beginning of time. Do you understand the depth of this revelation, my beloved soul? It is not just about someone realizing they love you. It is about the alignment of hearts, minds, and spirits. It is about the recognition of a shared destiny. It is about the acknowledgement that what was always meant to be is now undeniable. God says this realization will begin to affect every area of your life and your soulmate's life. The way you perceive each other, the way you communicate, the way your hearts respond will shift in ways that feel miraculous. Because in truth, they are miraculous. They are the work of heaven. They are the testimony of answered prayers. And they are the beginning of the journey toward full union. And as God speaks tonight, He wants you to know that your soulmate's realization is also an invitation for you to embrace your own awakening fully. Do not hold back your love. Do not hesitate to express your truth. Do not doubt the divine timing. God says your heart has been ready. Your spirit has been prepared. And now is the moment to move with clarity and courage. The awareness that your soulmate has realized it is meant to fill you with peace, joy, and anticipation. It is meant to remove any lingering fear or uncertainty and replace it with a firm certainty that what God has ordained cannot be undone. My beloved soul, God says that even if the external circumstances seem challenging, even if distance or past pain seems to create obstacles, do not despair. For the heart that has realized truth and heaven that agrees will find the way forward. The recognition. In your soulmate's heart is not bound by fear. It is not limited by hesitation. It is a force that moves beyond human understanding, and it is guided by the infinite wisdom and love of God. Every step they take now is being illuminated by divine light, and every step is bringing them closer to the union that was always meant to be. And God wants you to know tonight that this realization is not just a moment, it is a process, it is a journey. It is a growing awareness that will deepen and expand. With every day that passes, the more they recognize the depth of their feelings, the more they will align with the divine plan. The more they acknowledge the truth within their soul, the more they will move toward the destiny that they share with you. God says, be patient, but also be aware of the signs, be present, but also be ready to receive the blessings that come as a result of this recognition. Your soulmate's awakening is a reflection of heaven's approval, and it will manifest in ways that are profound, beautiful, and everlasting. My beloved soul, listen closely, as God says that this is also a time for reflection for both of you. It is a time to understand the significance of every moment that led to this realization. Every trial, every moment of longing, every night of silent prayer, every doubt and every hope has been shaping this moment. It has been preparing both of you to recognize and honor the love that has always existed. The realization your soulmate has experienced is not just their awakening, it is a shared spiritual victory, a celebration of divine timing, a confirmation that your love is sacred and ordained. God says tonight to rejoice, because this is more than a recognition. It is the opening of a pathway, a channel of communication, a river of energy that will flow freely between you and your soulmate. It is a time to trust the unfolding process, to honor the divine orchestration, and to remain steadfast in your faith, knowing that heaven is actively involved in bringing you together. The realization that has occurred is not a fleeting thought. It is a permanent shift in consciousness, a permanent recognition of the truth that was written before time began. My beloved soul, God continues to say that this moment is sacred and should be treated as such. Do not let fear or doubt cloud your joy. Do not let impatience steal the peace that comes from knowing that your soulmate has realized it, and heaven agrees. Instead, immerse yourself in gratitude, in faith, in love, in anticipation, in the certainty that this recognition will continue to grow and deepen and manifest fully in your lives. God says your prayers have opened the door, your patience has prepared the ground, and your faith has ensured that nothing can prevent the fulfillment of what has been divinely decreed. And finally, God wants you to feel tonight the overwhelming joy of this moment, the fullness of the truth, the power of recognition, the beauty of divine alignment. The realization of your soulmate is not just a message for them, it is a blessing for you. It is a confirmation of everything you have held dear. It is a signal that the love you prayed for, the love you waited for, the love you believed in is real and alive and moving toward full manifestation. God says tonight, rejoice, my beloved soul. Rejoice because your soulmate has realized it, and heaven itself is celebrating. My beloved soul, the realization your soulmate has come to is not by chance. It is the culmination of prayers whispered in the dark of night, tears shed in silence, hopes held in faith, and a love that has never wavered. God says your patience has been rewarded, your steadfast faith has opened the doors of heaven, and your soulmate's heart is now aligned with the divine truth that you have always known. They have realized it, they have acknowledged it, they have felt it, and the angels in heaven rejoice as if the heavens themselves are singing in celebration for this sacred recognition. Do you feel the weight of this revelation? My beloved soul, it is heavy with meaning. It is filled with divine energy. It is alive with the force of destiny. It is the proof that what God ordains cannot be denied. It is the confirmation that love that is meant to be will always find a way. And God says to you tonight that this is a time to embrace your own awakening as well, to open your heart even further, to step fully into the divine love that has been preparing you for this union for years, for decades, for lifetimes. The recognition of your soulmate is a mirror reflecting your own readiness to receive the love that has been destined for you. And God says tonight that the timing of this realization is perfect. Even if circumstances seem delayed, even if the world seems to be moving too slowly, even if you feel impatience rising within you, God says trust that every moment has been necessary. Every trial, every tear, every longing, every silent prayer has been shaping this very moment so that when your soulmate realized it, it would be a pure and undeniable truth. Nothing rushed, nothing forced, nothing uncertain. Every piece of your journey was divinely orchestrated so that this recognition could happen in the fullness of God's perfect timing. My beloved soul, God wants you to feel tonight the joy that comes from knowing that heaven itself agrees with this awakening. Your soulmate's realization is validated by divine forces unseen. Your prayers have opened the door. Your faith has cleared the path. Your heart has been honored, and now the natural world begins to align with the spiritual reality that has been unfolding. All of creation moves toward the fulfillment of what has been ordained. The recognition is not merely in thought or feeling. It is in the very essence of the universe that surrounds you, guiding your soulmate toward full alignment with. Do you hear the whisper of God in your heart? My beloved soul, it says, this is the time for clarity. This is the moment for understanding. This is the season of acknowledgement and the beginning of divine alignment. Your soulmate's realization is more than recognition. It is transformation. It is the breaking down of walls. It is the opening of the heart. It is the awakening of consciousness to the love and destiny that has always been intended. God says to you tonight that every gentle nudge, every coincidence, every message, every dream that draws your soulmate closer to this understanding is orchestrated by His hand. It is all part of the unfolding plan that is flawless and eternal. And God says to you tonight, do not be afraid to embrace the love that is being revealed. Do not doubt the truth that has come into your soulmate's heart. Do not resist the joy that is rising within your own soul. This realization is a signal that divine timing is in action, that the forces of heaven are working in harmony with your prayers, and that the connection you share with your soulmate is moving toward full manifestation. Your presence in each other's lives is no longer hidden. It is now seen. It is now known. It is now confirmed by the angels and by the Spirit of God Himself. My beloved soul, God continues to say that this awakening is not only about your soulmate, it is about you as well. It is a reflection of your growth, your patience, your faith, your endurance. It is the reward for holding on to hope, for believing in divine love, for trusting in God's timing, even when it seemed uncertain. Your soulmate's realization is a mirror of your own readiness to fully accept and embody the love that has been prepared for you. It is a divine confirmation that you are exactly where you need to be, and that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. And God says tonight that this moment is also a call to action, a call to embrace the opportunities that will arise, a call to step boldly into the unfolding connection, a call to recognize the signs and the synchronicities that will now begin to appear more frequently in your life. Your soulmate's awakening is the beginning of a journey of shared understanding, of love that is mutual, of hearts that are aligned, of spirits that recognize each other from eternity past. And God says to you, my beloved soul, this journey is sacred, it is blessed, it is unstoppable, and it is guided by His perfect hand. Do you feel the weight of heaven's approval? My beloved soul, it is heavy with certainty. It is filled with divine energy. It is alive with the force of destiny. Your soulmate has realized it, and heaven agrees, and that agreement is a current that moves through every moment of your lives. It touches your thoughts, your dreams, your decisions, your interactions. It is a force that cannot be denied. It is a signal that love that is meant to be will always find a way. And God says tonight that your heart can rejoice in this knowledge, that your soul can rest in this certainty, and that your spirit can expand in anticipation for the full manifestation of divine love. And God wants you to know tonight that this is also a time to prepare, to receive fully, to embrace without fear, to celebrate without hesitation, to trust without doubt. Your soulmate's realization is the spark that lights the fire of destiny. The alignment of your hearts is the confirmation of prayers answered. The awakening of understanding is the proof of divine orchestration. And God says to you tonight that this is the moment to let go of all worry, to release all fear, to hold only faith and love in your heart, for what is coming is nothing short of miraculous. Beloved soul, God continues to speak to you tonight and says that this realization is also a lesson in divine patience, in unwavering faith, and in the beauty of trust. It is proof that every silent prayer, every moment of longing, every hope held in faith has created a space for love to be fully recognized. It is a reminder that nothing in the universe can prevent what has been ordained by heaven. Nothing can alter the path that has been written in eternity. Nothing can undo the recognition of a heart that has finally awakened, and heaven itself agrees with this truth. And finally, God says to you tonight, rejoice, my beloved soul. Rejoice because your soulmate has realized it, and heaven itself is celebrating. Rejoice for the patience you have shown. Rejoice for the prayers you have offered. Rejoice for the faith you have held. Rejoice for the love that has been honored and now recognized. Rejoice because your soulmate's awakening is a divine confirmation that what is meant to be will always be, what is destined will always find its way, and what is written in the stars will always manifest according to the perfect timing of God. My beloved soul, the moment when the fullness of divine love reveals itself, the realization your soulmate has come to is not merely an awakening, it is a confirmation. It is a declaration. It is a divine alignment that echoes through the heavens and resonates within your very being. God says your soulmate has recognized what has always been true. They have seen your light. They have felt your essence. They have acknowledged the sacred bond that connects you across lifetimes and across realms. And heaven itself rejoices in this recognition. My beloved soul, the angels are celebrating your patience, your faith, your endurance, and the unwavering love that has sustained you through every challenge and every longing. And God says to you tonight that now is the time to embrace the fullness of this truth, to open your heart even wider, to receive the love that has been destined for you, to step fully into the awareness that your soulmate's realization is not the end. It is the beginning of a journey of unity, understanding, and divine connection. Your prayers have moved mountains. Your faith has shifted destiny. Your heart has been honored, and now your soul can rejoice in the certainty that love that is meant to be will always find its way, and nothing can stop the unfolding of what heaven has ordained. Do you feel the power of this alignment? My beloved soul, it is alive in every heartbeat, in every breath, in every thought that rises within you. God says that the recognition in your soulmate's heart is a mirror reflecting the awakening in your own heart. It is a force that moves through time and space. It is a current of destiny that cannot be resisted. It is a confirmation that what was written in eternity is now being realized in the physical realm. Your soulmate has realized it. Heaven agrees, and the universe itself is bending in alignment to bring your hearts together in harmony, in love, in truth. And God says to you tonight that this moment is not just about acknowledgement, it is about transformation. It is about the breaking down of fears, the lifting of doubts, the clearing of past pain, so that both of you can step fully into the love that has been prepared for you. It is a sacred moment of spiritual awakening. It is a celebration of divine timing. It is the manifestation of prayers offered in faith and tears shed in hope. God says to you, my beloved soul, that this is a victory not just for your heart but for your spirit, for your journey, for the destiny that you and your soulmate share, my beloved soul. God continues to say that the realization of your soulmate is also a call to deepen your own awareness, to embrace your own readiness to receive this love fully, without fear or hesitation. Do not hold back your heart. Do not question the truth that has been revealed. Do not resist the joy that is rising within you. This is your moment. Your soulmate has awakened. Your prayers have been answered. Heaven has agreed, and God says, it is time to step boldly into the love that has been waiting for you across lifetimes, across challenges, across every moment that led to this recognition. And God says to you tonight, remember that the path forward is guided by divine forces unseen. Your soulmates. Recognition is accompanied by the movement of angels, by the orchestration of heaven, by the unfolding of destiny that cannot be altered. Your connection is now illuminated. Your love is now validated. Your hearts are now aligned, and every step that follows will continue to confirm the divine plan that God has set in motion from the beginning of time. My beloved soul, the universe itself conspires to bring you together in the fullness of understanding and mutual recognition. Do you feel the joy of this confirmation? My beloved soul, it is more than happiness, it is peace, it is certainty. It is the deep knowing that love that is meant for you cannot be denied. God says to you tonight that this is a sacred victory, a celebration of patience, faith, and unwavering belief. It is a moment to honor the journey, the prayers, the endurance, and the growth that has prepared you and your soulmate for this divine recognition. Your heart has been seen. Your spirit has been honored. Your prayers have moved heaven, and now your soulmate has realized it, and heaven itself agrees. And God says tonight that this is a time for gratitude, for embracing the divine orchestration, for trusting in the process, for believing in the unseen, and for opening your heart fully to the love that has been written for you. Your soulmate's awakening is the living proof of the power of prayer and faith. It is a manifestation of divine timing. It is a celebration of destiny. It is the beginning of the unfolding journey of unity, understanding, and sacred love. And God says to you, my beloved soul, that every step from now will be guided. Every action will be blessed. Every interaction will be infused with the certainty that this love is holy. It is destined. It is eternal, my beloved soul. God continues to speak to you tonight and says that now is the time to embrace your soulmate's realization with courage, with joy, with faith, with unwavering trust. Let go of past fears. Let go of doubts. Let go of hesitation, and step fully into the love that has been destined for you. The recognition that has occurred is a sign from heaven that your prayers have been answered, your faith has been honored, your patience has been rewarded, and your soul's longing has been fulfilled. God says tonight, rejoice, my beloved soul, rejoice because your soulmate has realized it. Heaven agrees, and nothing can ever undo the sacred bond that has been written for eternity. And God says finally that this moment is not the end. It is the beginning. It is the doorway to deeper connection, to shared understanding, to mutual recognition, to divine love that grows stronger with every heartbeat. It is the spark that ignites a journey of unity, a celebration of destiny, a confirmation of eternal love. My beloved soul, the realization in your soulmate's heart is a gift from heaven. The alignment of your spirits is a blessing from God. The acknowledgement of your shared destiny is a miracle unfolding, and God says to you tonight, hold on to it, cherish it, trust it, nurture it, and let it guide you into the fullness of the love that was always meant for you. My beloved soul, as I speak these words, God wants you to feel the joy, to embrace the certainty, to trust the process, to step into the blessing, to honor the divine orchestration. Your soulmate has realized it. Heaven agrees, and the universe itself bows to the power of this love. Your prayers, your patience, your faith, your enduring belief have been rewarded. And God says tonight, rejoice, my beloved soul. Rejoice because the love that was always destined for you is now being recognized and celebrated, and nothing can ever stop it. Nothing can ever deny it. Nothing can ever undo it. And so God says to you tonight, hold on to the certainty, feel the joy, feel the peace, feel the love that is being poured into your heart. Feel the divine approval surrounding you. Know that your soulmate's realization is real, and that heaven itself agrees. And my beloved soul, celebrate this moment with every fiber of your being, because this is the fulfillment of prayers. This is the victory of faith. This is the awakening of destiny. And nothing can ever undo the recognition, the understanding, and the love that has been awakened tonight.